biofans. This is Pablo from El Muro de la Historia. This is another episode of The Chronicler, and for this episode, I want to thank YouTube user Dario Barra. You should be seeing right now on your screens his YouTube comment appearing. He posted a question which he then which I asked if I could turn into a video for El Cronista, and he agreed. So thank you again so much to him for that. Dario Barra asked, do you think that Bionicle, being the toy line that saved LEGO, has not seen the appropriate value and support from LEGO? It's a question that's on everyone's mind, not just, the fate of Bionicle, but how much does LEGO actually value Bionicle? Now, it all depends on how we define the word value, right? If we define value as spending a lot of money, time, and effort on ads, on creating a lot of TV shows, movies, placing Bionicle in a pedestal to succeed much more than Ninjago, LEGO Dimensions, the LEGO movie, then yeah, LEGO really is not valuing Bionicle in that sense. They realize and they know Bionicle is not the toy line that saved LEGO many years ago, and so there's really no need to put it on this high above place where it rules the whole company. However, we do notice, if we define value a little bit differently, that LEGO actually does value Bionicle a lot more than we imagine. And the proof for this line of argumentation comes from this photo taken by BZ Power at LEGO's first fan media event, which is now going to be an annual thing where LEGO invites journalistic LEGO news organizations to Billund. And at the first fan media day, there was a visit to the Idea House, and so there's that photo of Bionicle sets at the LEGO Idea House. The LEGO Idea House is this sort of quasi open to the public museum that's built around the house and first factory of LEGO's founder Ole Kirk Christensen. Now, the thing about the LEGO Idea House is it's not actually open to the public. The public can go, but it's more like if you've been invited. It really only exists for LEGO employees and for a few visitors here and there. It's not really open to the public. The LEGO Idea House is a sanctuary of ideas for LEGO employees, hence the name. LEGO employees regularly will visit the house to take a look at the sets that defined and transformed LEGO, to take a look at the, pun intended, the building blocks of LEGO's DNA, and they'll visit that to get ideas on how to inject that into their own models, into their own creations. So, if Bionicle is in the LEGO Idea House, that means that LEGO values it at quite a decent amount for its innovation value. However, it's not exactly the kind of innovation that we think or that we believe that we think is why Bionicle is being hailed as innovative. To explain what I'm talking about, of course, I'm going to refer to the book Brick by Brick by David Robertson. He's an economist who wrote a book talking about how LEGO rewrote the rules of innovation and basically saved itself by all these very interesting transformations during the really bad economic years. There's a whole chapter in the book that's dedicated to Bionicle, and so I'm going to be looking at the 8 tenets that Bionicle set out in terms of a legacy of innovation for LEGO, and I'm also going to back it up by proving how LEGO continues to follow those tenets even today with its other toy lines. First, a new building platform. Now, we all know that LEGO realized that Bionicle was completely innovative for its ball and socket joint. That basically allowed us to build our own action figures, something that was previously unheard of in the toy world. However, it allowed us to build our own action figures with pieces that were still part of the LEGO system, with pieces that still worked with Technic or regular bricks as well. So the Bionicle system ended up radically transforming the way that we understand building and action figures, while at the same time still working with normal LEGO pieces. And this is an innovation that we still see today, from Ben 10 to the Star Wars construction figures, to Mixels. The ball and socket joint and how LEGO made it a system still exists today in a lot of different toy lines. Second, market feedback. So before Bionicle, LEGO didn't really have different iterations of a model to see what was working, what wasn't, and what they could fix. However, with Bionicle, you gotta remember first we had Slicers and Throwbots come out. And LEGO used the data from markets and from how things were selling, what was selling, what wasn't selling, to put that into Bionicle and make it better and more agreeable to the customer. It's something that we still see happening today. Feedback from the market was used when Ben 10 came out. That was only there for 1 year, but the information that was gleaned from Ben 10 was then put into future construction figures like Star Wars buildable figures, a Hero Factory, even turning the Mixel system into a system-based ball and socket joint, all came from the feedback that was gained from the market. A tool of innovation that came from Bionicle. Third, an epic story. Everyone already knows the Bionicle rose to prominence, most likely also because of its multi-year epic storyline. It wasn't just a one-off thing that happened for 1 year and then it was done. And yes, we've seen the epic storyline appear in Ninjago, the LEGO movie, in an emphasis on a multi-year, expansive tale. However, another innovation that came from the epic storyline was the masks and the mask collectibles. With the masks, it finally gave kids a reason to buy more than one Bionicle set. And we've seen this collectible mindset appear with the Ninjago Spinjitzu pieces. We've seen it with LEGO Dimension game packs. So the epic storyline and the use of collectibles is another innovation that came from Bionicle and still is seen in LEGO today. 4. New ways of connecting with customers. Before Bionicle, LEGO held a commonly held belief that they knew what they were doing. That because the designers had been building LEGO sets for 50 years and they'd always done pretty well, there really was no reason to listen to the customer or to the kids. Bionicle was such an innovative and risky new toy line that they brought in focus groups to see what kids wanted. And they kept doing that year after year with Bionicle, and they've done it year after year with other LEGO lines since. So before Bionicle, LEGO never used focus groups, never listened to the kids, to the markets, and to what they wanted. Now they listen to that and they adapt their lines based on what kids want. And similarly, the rise of BZ Power, of Greg Farshtey being on BZP, was something that did not exist before. LEGO learned that they had to listen to their fans and that they could speak with them directly. It's an innovation that we see even today with Rebrick, with LEGO Ideas, that LEGO understands that not only through focus groups, but also through online groups, they can build a new way of connecting with customers. Something that, before Bionicle, didn't exist at all. New and faster development process. That's the 5th point. So, before Bionicle, LEGO usually gave itself 2 or 3 years to create a toy line, and then they released it, and that was it. If LEGO wanted to create Space Pirates, right, they would spend 2 or 3 years making the sets, creating the story, put it out, and that was it. Because Bionicle was based on a story that changed every year, and a story that every 6 months they needed to have a new wave of sets to match up with the story that was changing, LEGO had to radically rewrite its development process. So they went from working for a few years to 6 to 3 months of making sets. And not just that, right? Because it had to be such an efficient and quick time period, it meant that there had to be more intercommunication within the departments. So you have the design team, the engineers that built the sets, talking with the story team about what's happening this year in the story and how can we put it into the sets. And while that's going on, the design team sends mock-ups of the sets. The story team sends what's going to happen this year to the marketing team, which then builds its own marketing strategy with the people who make backpacks, who make shoes, who makes the movies, so that once the sets come out, also all the marketing stuff is ready. So Bionicle leaves a legacy where not only does it prove that LEGO can have its development process from 2 to 3 years to 6 to 3 months, it can do it while making sure that all departments work together and at the same time. And not only does it prove to LEGO that it's a process of development that can work well, it works fantastically. New way of working with partners. So remember that before Bionicle, LEGO didn't really have any in-house original IP, meaning like original intellectual property, that they had control over, right? When you had, for example, Star Wars, that was really up to LucasArts. They were the ones who had a hold on everything. When Bionicle comes around, it finally gives LEGO the chance to talk directly with companies that make shoes, backpacks, that make movies, comics. With Bionicle, LEGO has to finally realize how to talk to other companies that are making products based on Bionicle and understanding how best they can represent the Bionicle toy line in a way that's true to Lego, but that's still up to other companies. It's something that we see today with Lego Dimensions. I mean, talking with other companies that make movies, TV shows, comics, video games, and how to bring together Lego and those companies. We also see the same thing with the companies that now make costumes for Lego, the books for Lego. It's all about a way that Lego learned, thanks to Bionicle, how to export the Lego line, the Lego brand, into other companies, and how other companies could inject that into their own products at the same time. New roadmap for innovation. After Bionicle's resounding success, Lego learns that there is a new way to look at innovation. They learn, and you should be seeing the image right about now, that there is a matrix of innovation. Product innovation. Like the construction action figure, Bionicle proves that you can create a new product that innovates. Communication innovation. By working with fans and with licensing in ways that hadn't done before. Business innovation. By being able to sell Lego in other ways, in other places, with other companies, through other marketing strategies that had not been tried before. And process innovation. Changing the development process from 2 to 3 years to 6 months, from not communicating within all the different departments to being deeply interconnected. And Lego learns that you can implement all these different innovation techniques in 3 different ways, right? You can, if you want, adjust, make slight variations to a toy line without radically redesigning things. So for example, Bionicle from 2002 to 2009, slightly changing things. Reconfiguring, which is when you have a new development process where, you start changing things a little bit bigger than usual. So, for example, Bionicle in 2001, it was based on something that already existed, but overhauled a lot of things. Or redefining. That's when you really create something brand new. Slicers being the first line that used the construction buildable figures. Or communicating with fans either online or in person through focus groups, something that hadn't done before. Lego learns, thanks to Bionicle, that innovation is something that can happen in a variety of different ways, through different categories in different implementation strategies. That if you want to innovate in a radically new way, you can do so. If you want to slightly adapt something but in a way that's still innovative, you can still do it. And if you just want to change little things here and there without changing the major DNA of a toy line, it can still be done. Bionicle quite literally created a map of innovation that LEGO still uses today, and that has transformed the way that LEGO as a company and as a business and as a toy maker functions. Thank you so much, Bio fans, for watching this episode of The Chronicler. If you liked the content that we're putting out, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Obviously, I don't expect you to be in complete agreeance of what I've been saying here today. In fact, I'd be very excited to see your comments about what you thought about the video and the argumentation. So please remember to leave some comments in the video here, in our Facebook page as well. You can also find us on Twitter, Blogspot, the works. And keep updated with us just so you can see the content that we'll be putting out for you, Bio fans, from us. Thank you again so much, Bio fans, for watching this episode of The Chronicler. This was Pablo from El Muro y la Historia. See you later, Bio fans. Bye-bye.